My message to young men is don't allow this broken culture to send you a message that you're a bad person because you're a man.
Being a provider, a protector, being strong, leadership. These things used to be the cornerstone of masculinity. And now it seems like at the turn of the century, all of a sudden, these same traits are now being labeled as toxic. And now society wondering why we have so many of our young men seemingly giving up because they're fighting their natural, those things men naturally want to be. But if society keeps telling you it's toxic, why would you want to be considered toxic? Now we have all these young men just lost. So what happened with fathers like myself or men that want to be mentors? Can you even be strong in this society as a man without being labeled as toxic? We're going to deep dive this in one moment. Welcome back to the kingdom. Let's deep dive into this conversation.
My message to young men is I think that our culture sends a message to young men that you should suppress every masculine urge. You should try to cast aside your family. You should try to suppress what makes you a young man in the first place. And I think that my message to young men is don't allow this broken culture to send you a message that you're a bad person because you're a man, because you like to tell a joke, because you like to have a beer with your friends, or because you're competitive. Opposite. But our cultural message is I think that it wants to turn everybody, into, whether male or female, into androgynous idiots who think the same, talk the same, and act the same. We actually think God made male and female for a purpose, and we want you guys to thrive as young men and as young women, and we're going to help with our public policy to make it.
Whatever political side of the aisle that you find yourself on, left wing, right wing, it's really not the essence of this conversation because it's actually irrelevant. I just want to speak about the message itself. Men have been told that it's not okay being a man. Like it's literally, you literally hear that you are toxic if you exhibit masculine qualities. And you need now the government to try to help men be men again. We shouldn't need the government for that. We should not need the government for men to be able to teach their sons what it takes to be a man.
Amen.
My father was a Marine.
Hoorah!
So as you know, that lesson was 1, 2, and 3. I never had any issue. I seen exactly what a man was supposed to do each and every day. But he told me the importance of being man, having masculine qualities, because that will serve me well when I have my own family, which I do now with my wife and my kids, right? And so now that I have a son of my own, I'm going to instill and teach the qualities that my father taught me.
You're goddamn right.
The government telling me that. And if society wants to tell men like myself and my father that teaching sons how to be men is toxic, then so be it.
I don't give a fuck.
Because what we're seeing now is, yes, there's a war on masculinity. Make this make sense, right? They saying that they wanted girls to be part of the Boy Scouts. So they dismantled the Boy Scouts, now it's called Scouting of America. But girls still have girls. In what world does that make sense? So boys don't have the ability to have a safe space for themselves to be boys, because obviously when you have girls around, there's just going to be a different dynamic that what boys can do if they're just boys in a group without girls. But girls still able to have a group without boys.
It made sense. It makes sense.
And everyone is okay with this?
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Or y'all drop y'all comment, or if I'm missing something. And now society is wondering why so many young men isn't working, why so many young men that feel like that they've given up, because y'all done took purpose. Society has taken purpose from men, and when those young men doesn't have anybody to emulate, to give them that energy, which is naturally that they want to exhibit, because if you do, you be labeled as toxic, then this is the result of that. This is what the result is when you keep telling young men that you shouldn't be a man or boy, that you should be all feminized, and then this is the result that we end up getting right here.
Husband surprised his son by taking him to the prom.
Don't mess up that makeup, grab her.
Y'all see how uncomfortable the father looks? I'm gonna get on him in a minute.
Oh, poor baby. Oh. Look up. Oh.
This is what we celebrate, huh?
He didn't know his pops was gonna be there. He's crying. This is monumental. I know.
The lady, out of this whole video, that's the one thing that I agree with. When the young lady, when she said this is multi-million, she's absolutely correct. Because everybody that I see has failed this young man.
Fucking believe that? In this day and age, what the fuck is this world coming to?
All the women, all of them with their cameras out, applauding this. The so-called father, he's front row and center for me. Where have you been, sir? Where have you been? Now, before you get into my comments, this has nothing to do with being homophobic or anything like that. Hey, whatever floats your boat, hey, it has nothing to do with it. To each his own. This conversation is about when the presence of a strong male is missing, the likelihood of the boy becoming this way increases tremendously. Yes, can a young boy still be this way if the father's in the picture? Yeah, of course. Let's not move the goalposts here. I blame that father because if you ask the overwhelming majority of fathers, I don't care if you survey 100, 1,000, 100,000, I am going to go on a limb and say about, because obviously you'll never have 100%, you'll have about 80, 90% of men. If you tell them to give you a list of the things that they would keep them up at night if this happened to their children, what's going to be very, very top on their list, within the top 3 or 4, outside of course, their child getting killed or dying of natural causes. Outside of those two, the two biggest things that you're going to see on virtually every man's list is their daughter being a hoe and their son being gay.
He ain't lying.
It's just what it is. That's as a man, because you feel like you failed your daughter because you didn't give her the love that she needed to see. Even if you and the baby mom not together, at least show that y'all, the way that y'all interact, how a man should treat a woman, so that way she don't feel the need that she needs to go out to the street and try to find that love just from some random men. And for boys, they don't understand and they miss how to actually conduct themselves in a masculine fashion, because virtually all they're around at that point is women. They're just around their mom. They're gonna be around aunties. They're gonna be when they're at school. The vast majority of teachers are female, so that's all they receive is all that feminine energy. And then you add to the fact, well, society telling these young men that if you're masculine, you're toxic.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Make it make sense, right? I don't even need this on the screen no more. Don't need this on the screen no more. I done seen enough. But then you'll have women, these same women, then they'll turn around, be on social media complaining about men don't want to be providers. Men don't want to protect women no more.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
But you turn around and call that same characteristic of men toxic. Make it make sense. You'll demonize men, father like myself, men like my father. But then you'll turn around and then you'll prop up and you'll celebrate men like Dwayne Wade, the mental mess that he didn't put his son, daughter, whatever he calling himself these days. But you applaud that. But you'll say men like myself that's going to teach my son the essence of being a man, so when he grows up and when he have his own family, he'll know how to provide and protect. But that's toxic. I don't know what's going on with society. I don't know why it's a war on masculinity, but my kings, it's up to us. It's the gatekeepers. It's up to us to show the younger men that, hey, it's okay. It's okay to be a male. It's okay to have masculinity. You shouldn't allow women to tell you what you should and should not be acting when it comes to being a man, because they're not one. It's not your mother's responsibility to teach you how to be a man. It's your father or a father figure. It's our responsibility as men to teach the younger males, men, how to become grown men. That scene with the boy and the father, he crying, that just really pierced my soul when I saw that. It really did. That's if you go and look at that and you read those comments from them women, all like, oh my God, that was so amazing. Oh, look how great a father he is.
Are you kidding me?
What? No, he's not a great father. No, he's failed his son. Instead of his son being in a nice tooted and booted suit, this man with a full-fledged this war on masculinity. I don't see any, with the rise of feminism, they're just gonna keep chopping us down if we let them. I myself, again, like I said, if I'm coming across as toxic, then so be it. If my son gonna be considered toxic, then so be it. He's gonna learn, he's gonna know how to be a man, just like my father taught me. I'm gonna teach him. So fellas, what you think? Is there still a chance for masculinity in today's society, or are our young men doomed to be aimless, no self-worth, and even to the extent where they feel like, well, let me just go ahead and feminize myself because society seems to respond to that more than if I show my masculine side, because then I'll be categorized as being toxic. I would love to hear your comments, and as always, kings need thrones. Until next time, peace.